Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Weekly Comic Roundup. We've got about halfway through already, so let's pick things back up and kick things off with Doctor Strange, number 8. Where we left off, the mysterious assassin of the mystical world had been revealed to be none other than General Strange. The aspect and the essence of Doctor Strange's time in the 5,000-year-long war against the Ashen Combine. Who was in fact making an army of children's souls, and most recently stole the soul of Clea's unborn sister to make part of his army by crashing Umar's wedding. He also attempted to entice Clea to join him. And Strange is figuring out and Doctor Strange is also trying to figure out what to do about him. And Clea has gone to see the general. So we begin with a flashback. Many years ago, the Strange family farm in Nebraska. Apparently, the good doctor took Clea there. This is where it all began. It's where he was raised. So he was born in Philadelphia, but he grew up in a farm on his family farm in Nebraska. There's a possibility he may have been grown up to be a farmer instead, but he does states he doesn't think there was ever much expectation that he would grow up to till the earth. Now, the Strange family farm has been turned into the war camp of General Strange. And the general is attempting to recruit Clea to his side, while Doctor Strange seeks counsel from Vishanti, who explained that there's nothing they can do. He asks what they will do to make it right, and one of them says nothing, adding there's nothing they can do. He knows General Strange knows how to hide from their gaze, and he searches for his soul, leads to Doctor Strange. But, and Doctor Strange explains that it's clear that the reason that he was that aspect of it was destroyed at the end of the war was that Vishanti thought they may need him in the future. But General Strange is continuing to try and court Clea to his side, and going as far as kissing her, though the kiss is a ruse. Doctor Strange returns to Sanctum. Bats explains that Clea went to get some air since she had to go to a farm. Meaning, causing Doctor Strange to realize where she had gone. While kissing the general, Clea unsheaths a dagger of Mysterium. While the general promises to kill for her, she says that she doesn't want him to kill for her. She wants him to die for him. Stabbing with a Mysterium blade, but she's then probably disarmed by the general. He can make wood magically. The wood itself is not magic to disarm her. He states that it will break his heart to kill Clea, but his war has broken his heart time and time again, so he wonders if he'll feel anything at all. Strange has a plan, but he says it's basically akin to courting madness itself. He meets with the Ashen Combine, or the Trinity of Ashes, not the Ashen Combine. The Trinity of Ashes, that's who the war was against, the Trinity of Ashes. stating that he knows what they want, and he also knows what they want as well. Makes a deal with the Trinity. Shows up at the farm, greatly empowered, and tells the general to stay with, that the general should not have threatened his wife. That is where the issue ends. Things are getting interesting, that's for sure. I had to wonder at the end of last month's issue if Clea appearing to the general was a ruse or not, and well, it was. Makes sense that she would go and try to take care of the problem herself. It's more her way than Strange's. But moving on, though, to our next book, we've got the Alien Annual. So, this does not continue the recent story, though written by the writer of the recent Alien arc, Declan Shalvey. This is not a continuation. Rather, well, an epilogue. So, Weyland Yutani purchased a Talbot Engineering research outpost on the icy moon LV-695 after learning that lead scientist Bataya Zahn may have discovered viable samples of the xenomorph species. Their arrival freed hundreds of xenomorphs dormant beneath the surface. Disaster ensued, resulting in the deaths of nearly every human involved and the loss of the Weyland Yutani ship, the Boraro. Borehouse, to the moon's icy depths. That was in 2195. This flashes back to the year 2156. A ship crashes. And some native fauna are loosed, eventually coming upon the xenomorphs on the planet. One of the creatures, a facehugger attempts to get one of the creatures but fails and is knocked off, and then others jump in. A xenomorph is able to hatch from one of the creatures by jumping down into its mouth, and a chestburster is hatches. A chestburster is born as a what appears to be a hybrid of the creatures, much like the creature from Alien 3. As it was born from, depending on which cut, an ox or a dog. But the rest of these creatures are also turned and attack the hive currently on the planet. Seemingly resulting in a fight between queens. Snow continues to fall on the planet, and everything is frozen. However, after 2195's events, some of the ice is melting. It seems that in the year 2208, something awakens on LV 695. There's also an explanation of there's also a report about Talbot Industries' acquisition of the acquisition of the installation on top on LV-95. There's a confirmed encounter. What video and audio files that can be accessed suggest the presence of another organism that came into conflict with both staff and known xenomorph type. If a hybrid species has been discovered, samples must be obtained, and a team is to be sent. And that is where the issue ends. Interesting. I'm honest. I do love the fact that I love whenever an alien movie, book, comic, whatever introduces hybrid xenomorph hybrids of non-human creatures, because the design possibilities are just insanely interesting. Hell, I remember the old Kenner alien action figures from the 90s. Had a gorilla alien, a rhino alien. The scorpion alien was just a standard alien from alien design, or xenomorph design from Aliens, just with a bit of a bronze paint job. But yeah, the idea of just, you know, the possibilities of other types of creatures, and also seeing the potential, the possibility that a xenomorph can impregnate a large creature which has a mouth much larger than that of, say, a human. It's also interesting to see. It's always kind of been the idea of a T-Rex alien is cool and terrifying, but I mean, how's a facer going to get on there? I mean, you know, T-Rex's head is. I could probably stand in the mouth of a T-Rex. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe you get the idea. T-Rex is friggin' huge. So yeah. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 39, continuing Dark Droids. Where we left off, Kliggson had seemingly fixed Valance. Well, not the way Valance wanted to be fixed, but rather removing all of the humanity from Valance. While 4LOM had escaped the droid scourge to pop up most likely in D Squad, and Zuckuss tried to make his way back to the rest of the crew. The issue opens 3 days previously. The Scourge is making its way through the station, and Kliggson says he's on their side and deactivates the telemac. In the present, while the previous day, yesterday, Valance suggests to ask Tonga to, if he loses what's left of his humanity, even what's left of his humanity, he asks her to kill him. She is initially hesitant, but she explains that. But he explains if he can't get his humanity, you know, there's nothing left of him to save, just the robot. And now Tonga's faced with just that. The remaining bounty hunters are prepared to stand against Valance. Zuckuss saves Tonga from being likely having her head punched off by Valance. But Valance takes some shots at Zuckuss, who is able to evade them, presumably due to the limited precognitive abilities of Gan Feinsman. Bosk attacks, kind of explaining that he doesn't want to kill you. He doesn't want to kill Valance. Well, that's not entirely true, but Valance was maybe a Slimo, but he's their Slimo. Death Stick attacks as well, but is disarmed. Dirge attacks. Actually does manage to get taken down, but on at Civic's Bountiful Bounties on Tricady Station, Losha is working with a hybrid that's a hybrid that sends out, basically arranges bounty contracts. He's been getting reports of droid bounty hunters going a bit off, and there's also a new bounty hunter looking for work arriving soon. But Losha sent out to meet the new arrival, while some clearly scourge-possessed pit droids go after the hybrid. Turns out the new arrival is none other than Vakora, who apparently has a bunch of pet, well, not loaf cats, but Tuca cats, which do bear a striking similarity to loaf cats. As soon as Losha sees Vakora, well, Losha punches her and leads Vakora drawing a blaster and handing it to her. Kind of a, hey, yeah, what I did was killing your next was wrong. I'm sorry. If killing me will make you feel better, well, okay. But the pit droids have got the hybrid, intending to make him part of what's going on, but so Vakora and Losha team up to deal with the pit droids, and realizing that when Losha realizes they're cyborgs, then they've got to get to Tonga. The droids get to the docking bay with Cligson, and the Cligson, Valance, and the droids get to the docking bay, but Cligson still is not going because, well, he's not he's still too human and flawed, and so Dirge crushes him while Valance flies off. Tonga mentions they have to figure out where that shuttle's going so they can follow, but does it say? Damn it. One of the crew is like, yeah, no, that ain't happening. He's gone, and we're not saving him. And Tonga explains that we're not going to save him. We're going to kill him. And that is where the issue ends. I got a bad feeling that we're soon to see the end of Valance. Moving on, though, to our next book, we've got Darth Vader, number 39. Where we left off, Vader and his droids had arrived on Mustafar, though one, Zed, was already possessed by the Scourge. And so he, but Vader's preparing to leave when Zed appears with a giant war droid that Vader attacks with his force weapons. Zed fights off the other two droids that are still the droids that are still loyal to Vader. Not trying to destroy them, but the Vader has a brief flashback about basically kind of focusing his hatred. Because it's the Emperor he truly hates more than anyone. But he manages to take down the giant war droid. He once again has control over his abilities. Not only brings the war droid down, but also slices it in two, forcing his attention to Zed, whom he decapitates. Then kills one of the other droids, or at least damages it with his lightsaber. And heads back towards to the Emperor. And that is the issue ends with the Emperor laughing, saying he will see Vader soon. This is definitely getting into an interesting arc. Oh, probably the most interesting of the various arcs in Dark Droids thus far. I mean, not to say that the others aren't good arcs, but you know, delving more into the psyche of Vader is always interesting, in my opinion. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.